Is it?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 10th meeting of the 20th Town Council for the Town of Bay Roberts. I would like to start tonight by welcoming Olivia Bradbury back with us from the Shoreline. We haven't seen her in a while, and it's glad to see you back, Olivia. I'm looking forward to the excellent job of coverage you do for us here at the town. So, we've got a little bit of a lengthy agenda here tonight, and I know everyone at home wants to watch the Habs win tonight and playoffs, so we're going to get this moving.
I almost wore my jersey.
You should have.
We should have, Councillor Franny should have wore his jersey.
Yes, I should have.
Yes, I agree. Maybe you'll sing that song for us later.
I might have to.
Okay. All right, so we'll get started with call the meeting to order, and I'll ask for an approval to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Councillor Franny, second by Councillor Petton. All those in favor of the agenda? Motion carried. Yeah, okay. Next up, we've got our minutes. Before I do that, I'll just mention for our viewers that we've got Councillor Petton and Councillor Deering who are online with us tonight on Zoom. So if you can't see them here in the chamber, they are present. So next we've got our minutes from April the 14th. We have a motion to adopt the minutes from April the 14th. Deputy Mayor Kearley, seconded by Councillor Franny. We'll take a run through these now, starting with page 1 of 13. Nothing. Page 2 of 13. Page 3 of 13. Page 4 of 13. Page 5 of 13. Page 6 of 13. Page 7 of 13. Page 8 of 13. 9 of 13.
Just go back to, where am I? 9?
8?
Yeah, no, 9 is right. I just noticed today, actually, that Southside place have done some problems, so I guess they're getting ready to work on that subdivision.
Okay,
Noticed
9.
that Today, yep.
Okay, 9 of 13. 10 of 13. 11 of 13. 12 of 13. And 13. Hearing nothing in regards to omissions or errors, all those in favor of the minutes? Motion carried. Next up, we've got some correspondence. And I think this is just the motion to file, is it correct, or just information
Yes,
purposes?
that's all, yeah, just to review what was sent out, that's all.
Okay.
No motion required or anything.
Does anyone have any questions on this letter that was sent out to this resident? No? There's a couple of pieces here, actually. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, hearing nothing, we'll move on to section 5, committee reports, other meetings, no businesses. And we'll start with the closed meeting of April the 14th. So we need a motion to adopt these minutes.
So move, sir.
Councillor Betcock, seconded by Councillor Deering. We'll take a run through these. Page 1 of 4. Page 2 of 4. New business starts. Page 3 of 4. Page 4 of 4. Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried. Next, we've got the minutes from the closed meeting of May the 5th. So again, I'll ask for a motion to adopt these minutes.
Motion.
Deputy Mayor Kearley, seconded by Councillor Petton. We'll start with page 1 of 7. Page 2 of 7. Page 3 of 7. Page 4 of 7. Page 5 of 7. Page 6 of 7. Page 7. Hearing nothing. All those in favor of the minutes? Motion carried. Next, we've got the recommendations of the Committee of the Whole for May the 5th. and these are done individually, correct? So,
Body part.
we'll start with Finance Administration, Deputy Mayor Kearley.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Seymour. Our first one is a recommendation for council to approve the amendment of the civic address for the subject apartment building from 8 to 10 and 8 to 10A George Mercer Drive, changed to 2 and 2A Sod Lane, and the renumbering of the existing residence on Sod Lane from 2 Sod Lane to 4 Sod Lane, as required to maintain the proper address sequencing.
Okay, the recommendation is there. Do we have a motion? Councillor Franny, seconded by Councillor Betcock. Are there any questions or comments on this one?
Have we talked to the residents about this one?
We haven't spoke to the resident, no.
There's one resident that's really,
Yeah. It's one resident affected, so after this goes through tonight, that we will call the resident, meet with them tomorrow, and let them know that, of the change, which have they done before. But we're also gonna meet them, let them know that any incurrence of payments or anything as a result of this change, we would cover, which the cost would be very minimal, of course.
License or something.
Okay, anyone else? All those in favor? Motion carried. Take it away, Mr. Deputy Kearley, go ahead.
Moving on, this was a donation request from Amalgamated Academy for The Little Mermaid. Be it so resolved that council will donate $100 to Amalgamated Academy for a full-page advertisement in the booklet in support of their production, The Little Mermaid.
Do we have a motion? Councillor Betcock, seconded by Councillor Pedden. Are there any questions or comments?
They always do a good little show.
I think that starts tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, all those in favor? Motion carried. And Deputy Mayor Kearley, there's one more there for you.
This again is a donation request from Mad Rock Theatre Troupe, and the recommendation was, be it so resolved that council donate $250 to the Mad Rock Theatre Troupe in support of their travel for the Provincial Drama Festival that was held in April of this year in Labrador City.
Okay, we've got the recommendation. Do we have a motion? Councillor
I'll make the
Franny,
motion.
seconded by Councillor Deering. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried. Planning and Development, Protective Services.
Mr. Director, do you want to give a little brief and I'll read out your...
Yeah, I can answer on read them out as well, it doesn't matter.
Okay, fine, yeah.
So the first one we got is an implementation of our updated open burning bylaw. So it goes along with pretty much everything that we've had previous, the old one, with a couple updates, I guess, with no burning from April 15th to October 1st. So, October 31st, sorry. So that will be that one, and that will, I guess, really support, burning for the summer, because we'll be able to ticket with the minimum offenses being for the first time. It's no less than 100 and no more than 1,000 for the first, and the second offense is no less than 1,000 and no more than 2,000. So that's something to keep in mind when you're burning. So the recommendation for that one was to be so resolved that council adopt the open burning bylaw as presented.
Okay, do we have a motion? Councillor Franny,
Yes.
seconded by
I'll
Councillor
second that.
Betcock. Do we have any questions or comments regarding?
Yeah, I was
Councillor
just gonna
Brady?
say, just a comment and a clarification for people, anyone watching. When the director said no burning through the no burning period, that does not include your small campfire in the backyard in your proper container with a spark arrestor screen on top of it, unless there's an actual fire ban implemented, which our fire ban, unless we have to implement it for our own reasons. We followed the provincial. When they hit very high and extreme, there's automatically fire burn. There's absolutely no burning, but people can still enjoy very safely their backyard fires, roasting their marshmallows and their wieners. That is still allowed. But this is about burning piles of garbage, brush, grass, that kind of thing.
What are the dates on that again? For the
April 15th to October 31st.
anyone else? Questions or comments?
Yeah, and I just want to add too,
Councillor Betcock?
with Councillor Franny, of course, both of us are the volunteers with the fire department. Keep in mind too that anyone, whether they're burning in a approved container, whatever you wanna call it, it still wouldn't hurt to have a garden hose and perhaps a fire extinguishers. And people are nervous because of last year, so try to be as safe as possible.
Burn barrels, like oil drums, that would not be allowed under this policy, correct?
There's a bunch of different things that can be taken into consideration. So some barrels can be, but they gotta again have spark screens on
The
them.
spark screen is important.
And they gotta be so many feet away from, I guess, any flammable objects, so brush. You can't just put them anywhere that could cause an issue. Even if you're just having your at-home fire, you should have it so many feet away from woods or any flammable structure.
Okay.
If you can go on to the actually the fire department shared it. You can go on to the fire service, Newfoundland Fire Services Division on the forestry section, and they got all the recommendations about burning and that kind of stuff, right? So
Councillor Barry?
What we got in place for calls for after hours? Who's gonna be taking the calls and dealing with it
Fire department, I think, isn't it?
after business hours?
I'll be honest with you, the
Fire
fire department is winning. Yeah. Several times I went last year. We always go with, you don't go by yourself.
No.
Fire department.
The chief or designate can also, will, when we get it all ironed out, be able to issue a summary offense ticket.
Yeah, but I'm talking for us, cause I know us fellas, we get calls about, who do I call about, buddy got a fire going, she got a fire going, whatever, we don't know who to be calling. So, that's why I usually go to you guys.
Yeah.
See, we're really tuning in on this now because of the problems we've had. Didn't know if we had something different set up.
For concerned citizens, I guess our communications can sort of get that information out there.
I
about
think,
the
I think after hours, the default would be call the fire department.
I think once we adopt this too, perhaps we can go ahead and get our communications guy to
Okay,
do a blitz.
all those in favor of the policy?
Yes, sir.
Motion carried.
Well done.
Director Squires, I'll turn it over to you again.
And this one here is the implementation of the CCAN or shipping container policy. So, as you're all aware, popping up everywhere. So these containers will require to be, I guess, painted or fabricated with some type of material that matches the dwelling, that fits in, and all those kind of things. They're not, I guess, permitted to be anything else but accessory buildings. So, as the developer, as the definition of development, anything on or above land is development, so you are going to require a permit for them. And your recommendation below is be it so resolved, council adopt the CCAN policy as presented.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Sir.
Councillor Badcock, second by Councillor Petton. Are there any questions or comments?
Excuse me.
Hearing nothing, we'll just point out, of course, that again, our media people or staff here at council will make sure that this gets its due diligence on social media so that anyone thinking about investing in one of these, or if you currently have one, you'll know the guidelines and policies under which you can have it and what you have to do to get it up to standard. So, all those in favor? Motion carried. And next, Director Squires again.
So this one is the implementation of the firework bylaw. So going through, I guess, the last short time I've been here, we've had a lot of issues with fireworks outside of dates that they should be set off. And that causes concerns with, I guess, everyone, because if you have kids, you're getting waken up, if you got pets, you're waking up. So it is a nuisance when they're just going off on the 5th of January, 5 days after New Year's Eve, which
Right.
the celebration is kind of over then. So there's 4 selected dates in there in the policy, and that will be the only time, I guess, they will be able to have fireworks, unless you write to town for written permission. It's noted in the policy that if you write to town for written permission, you've got to receive that before firing them off. So.
Okay.
Thanks on that one.
Okay,
Recommendation is be it so resolved, council adopt firework bylaw as presented.
do we have a motion for that, please? Councillor Franny, seconded by Councillor Deering. Any questions or comments?
What were the four, I remember 3 dates in
3 days.
conversation, what was the fourth? Had New Year's, Canada Day, the town civic day.
That was it.
That was-
Okay, 3.
It was 3, but me and Ron chatted last week, but I didn't add that one, that was for the festival lights. I didn't add that one, so it's only 3.
So, does that need to be added, the one for Festival Lights?
No, I had chatted about it, and I don't really think that that's
We can,
any
ru-
reason for
we can
public
request
to be
permission.
setting off fireworks during the festival lights, because we're setting off fireworks for people, so that's kind of the point of that.
This is more about people setting off their own
Yeah.
personal
Private.
fireworks.
Yeah.
And if I can add too, keep in mind, we've had correspondence from residents with pets, so they're gonna be delighted to see.
For sure.
Okay, all those in favor? Motion carried.
That's 3 good ones to have in place.
Moving on, now we've got Public Works.
Good job.
So, Councillor Baring or Director Elms?
You want me to take them, sir?
Yes, mine,
All
so
right.
go right to it.
Drop in if you need. So the first one is just about some fence repair on Bradbury's Lane. We had a correspondence from a resident, looking for compensation about, fence damage that she thought was due to snow clearing. Upon site and visits, to me, there was no intent on the council, and therefore, I would recommend that we, not, cover our expenses. So the recommendation would be to, be it resolved that the property owner of, Bradbury's Lane be informed that since the damage to the fence appears to be the result of its proximity to the maintained roadway and the unavoidable impacts of routine winter maintenance, no further action is required by council.
So moved.
We have a motion, Councillor Franny, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kearley. Any questions or comments on this one? I think it's fair to say the gist of this one is that the fence is too close to the road reservation, hence the reason for the damage. So, I guess residents need to be aware of that when your fences, when you put them up. Sean, maybe you can just, for the public, what's the reservation? Do you know offhand? From the center line?
12, I'll have to confirm, but I think it's 12 and a half feet or 25 feet, I can't remember now.
Used to be from the center of the road, but all
Center
the
of the
roads
road,
were, used to be
yeah.
22 and a half feet.
22 and a half.
2.5 feet from the center of the road.
Some roads are narrower than others.
So
Yeah.
your fence cannot be within that range, right?
Yeah.
And there's a couple different ones as well for depending on if it's collector street or kind of stuff, so
Yeah.
there's a couple different, depends on the street when you're talking about the actual number.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Next up, 408 Sherstone Road, go ahead.
Yeah, so the next one was, there was some correspondence received about the lift station concerns, and basically it was just to make sure council is aware of the issues and made sure that we continue doing what we do. And so basically, I would recommend that it be it resolved that council inform the property owners of 408 Sherstown Road that the town will continue monitoring the lift station, combined with a targeted review of lift station operations and communication practices to ensure the service reliability to address the residents' concern.
Do we have a motion?
Make that motion.
Councillor Petton, seconded by Councillor Franny. Any questions or comments?
That's the one we also said if we can, we'd add the new system to it, correct?
Correct.
SCADA. We're gonna look at that and that as well, right?
Yes, yes, your worship.
Okay, all those in favor? Motion carried. That's it, isn't it?
There's just accepting minutes as they are.
Yep, so finally there, we've got the resolution to accept the minutes. So be resolved, the council approved the committee of the whole minutes of the meeting held on May 5th, 2026, as presented to council. Do we have a motion? Councillor Franny, second by Councillor Petton, I think.
Yeah.
Are there any questions or comments? Hearing nothing. All those in favor of the minutes? Motion carried. All right, we'll move on now to new business. And finance and administration. So I'll turn this over to Deputy Mayor Kearley.
Thank you, Mayor Seymour. Our first item of business here is a recommendation for council to approve the accounts payable listing in the total of $98,571, up to including May 11th, 2026.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Councillor Becca, second by Councillor Franny. So now we'll go to these individually, page by page. So page 2 of 7 on your iPad.
So page, third one down, AVAL 005, 24961, that, I think that should be under AVAL 021, no, 025. Did they get paid mistakenly for that? The sign rental, you see that?
Yeah, I think it's probably just placed.
Is it just a misplace, or did we pay the wrong vendor by mistake? Should-
I,
Should
no,
we
I
check
think
into
it
it
was
just to
put
be
in the
sure?
wrong because
Okay.
the sign rental company is the same name.
That's what I
except
mean,
one is
so,
industrial, one is distributors.
yeah,
So we just got to, we just double check and make sure there wasn't a duplicate.
that's all, yeah, that's when I noticed it there.
We'll
Okay.
pick up- we'll
I got
pick
one there
up,
for
councillor.
165489. I just think, I know over the years, we've seen lots of rentals for tools. I'm pretty sure we should have our own hammer drill.
I agree.
Yeah, that's all.
Was that
Okay.
one too,
Right at the beginning.
One at the very beginning, yeah.
So we'll have our director discuss it with the supervisor on a
Yeah,
cost.
I'm sure there's lots more too, and again, no ill intent there, just.
No, it's good
Yeah,
point.
Yeah.
Okay, page 3 of 7. Hearing nothing. Page 4 of 7. Page 5 of 7.
I just got one back on, it's not really for this company, but I was just wondering, does, I guess, our supervisors or our directors check all those invoices for maintenance, like K001? Are they going to, like example, fire department of Sham before they comes to the office?
For which one?
I just, let's just pick this one, K, where have I gone to? Was for maintenance on the
Page.
vehicle.
Yeah, so
Which page?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I was just, I saw a few of them there for maintenance for vehicles, and I was just wondering if they do come to the directors or the supervisors
yes,
to go over before they come to the office to get paid.
yeah. So you're talking about the maintenance of vehicles and that stuff, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, so any maintenance work on any of our vehicles, like I said, Jeff always calls me first before he'll even purchase it, but any maintenance should be done ASAP, but like I said, it'd be me or Jeff or CEO
Right.
making the call.
and it's PO'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the point Councillor Deering wants
is
to get
check the
through
invoices.
is that once the job is done, Jeff or our supervisor very diligently takes the invoices to make sure what we're getting charged is what we're paying.
Correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
And I gives them a double check before the check's signed too, so you can be sure of that.
Okay, perfect.
page 5 of 7. Hearing nothing. Page 6 of 7. Page 7 of 7. Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried. 6.2, Cox and Palmer.
Our next one is an invoice from Cox and Palmer for the quieting of titles. Be it so resolved that council give approval to pay invoice 3100535568. It's dated March 31st, 26, from Cox and Palmer, as I noted previously, for quieting of titles. And funds are available in our GL account 60197000. And the attached invoice is there.
Okay, so we have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
Sir,
Councillor Bedcock, second by Councillor Petton. Questions or comments? Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried. 6.3,
Okay, our next one is, again, an invoice from Stewart and McKelvey, file SM014509, dated April 2026. Be it so resolved that council give approval to pay invoice 912-91357, and the dates noted. And the invoice is file number SM014509-00004. And the amount is $7,512, and funds available in our account 60197000. And again, the invoice is there.
Okay, we have a recommendation. Do we have a motion, please? Councillor Franny, seconded by Councillor Patton.
Second.
Sorry, Councillor Deering, sorry. Any questions or comments? Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried.
The next one, I'm going to ask our CAO to give a bit of a background on a tax write-off before we get to the decision point.
Yeah, Your Worship Council, this account, this property was listed in our system, does not exist. Despite this, the property has remained on assessment rolls since 2019. Follow up with our tax consultant indicated that there was no property tax being levied on this account since 2022. The property no longer appears in the current assessment roll. However, the account continues to incur charges for vacant land and water sewer. The land don't exist, and it's one of those ones that many councils do, is we write off the taxes. No revenue loss for the town because it's money that we shouldn't be collecting anyway. So the recommendation, Councillor Deputy Mayor, is there.
Okay, thank you, CAO Thibault. So our recommendation is be it so resolved that council's approval be given for the cancellation of all taxes, penalties, and interest levied on account SNOW J007 in the amount of $2,626.
Okay, do we have a motion? Councillor Betcock, seconded by Councillor Franny. It's pretty straightforward, unless someone's got a question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Finance and Min, okay, next we've got,
Yeah.
Deputy?
The next one is an alteration to our summer meeting schedule for the months of June, July, and August. The recommendation is be it so resolved that council amend its meeting schedule for the months of June, July, and August to provide for regular council meetings to be held on July 9th, 14th, and 11th, and that there be no committee of the whole meetings scheduled during these months.
Do we have a motion?
Make that motion.
Councillor Petton, second by Councillor Franny. Any questions or comments?
Your Worship, just a note that it's done for holiday purposes, staffing, and under the Act, we can, as long as we have one per month. And we'd certainly request that our communications person make sure that the message is out loud and clear to the public that we just had one meeting, which will be public. And I'm sure that our friend at the Shoreline will certainly make sure, note the change so she don't show up when we don't have the meeting.
Well said.
Okay, and of course, that being said, it doesn't prevent us, however, from calling a special meeting if we need to, correct?
Absolutely, and the bills will still be paid monthly. There'll be no hang-up.
Perfect. Okay, all those in favor? Motion carried. 6.6 procurement update.
Okay, the next one, I'm going to call on our CAO, Thibault, Mr. Thibault, to give a brief background on our procurement update.
So this is, I guess, something fairly new to this council. When you kindly went and changed the procurement policy this year, you gave approval to the CEO to approve purchases up to 25,000. But it also stated that anyone that went through RFQ, or if it was any significant amount of money, to be open and transparent, that we provide them to you for information purposes in case you ever had any questions about why someone didn't get an RFQ. So what we've asked our directors to do is to provide in the detail on the RFQs or RFPs or whatever. And they're provided from information. So not only are we keeping the public informed, we're also keeping council informed of what went on. If anyone have ever, any time, got any questions or even questions now, the quotes and everything else, how many bids, who got what, why they got it, and who never got it, it's all there under review and in the office of our finance and procurement person. Just wanted to highlight, for full transparency, some of the ones we had. We had 3 bids received for an RFQ for street sweeping and line painting, which I believe has started.
I've seen the trucks.
Yep.
when I was driving
Outside
by
when you came in,
today.
yep. That was awarded to Beard's Asphalt at $14,938.50, HST included. Our Economic and Development and Tourism for Song Stages and Festival did an RFQ for sound. This year we got 3 quotes, which is good, because we always never got 3 quotes. This year went again to Pro Audio on the amount of $11,482.75, HST included. And our Friends in Recreation, in preparation for Light the Lamp, which is one of the biggest events in Atlantic Canada. We had a RFQ for medals and lanyards. 2 quotes received. The lowest went to Active Printing in the amount of $7,682, HST included. Fencing this year, we have a new person we're purchasing from, Spruce Ridge Property Holdings. We received 2 quotes. It's actually the first time that we have an opportunity to get a quotes, because you couldn't really get it in Newfoundland, and there seemed to be a monopoly on one company, to be honest with you. So the pricing this year, I think our director said $3,000 or $4,000, and it went to Spruce Ridge Property Holdings at $11,500, HST included. And finally, on our drawstring backpacks, we got 2 quotes. The lowest this year was from 4Imprint in the amount of $10,956.92, HST included. And your worship and council, this is provided for open and transparent governance and is for your information, of course. So we move that it be presented for information purposes only.
Thank you, Director. Just, so am I right in saying that when it comes to the ring fencing, there's now a new player involved, and as a result, the price came down?
Yeah, and you know, I guess for our residents, it's a local supplier here in Bay Roberts.
Competition is a great thing.
And you know, we don't have any preference for local, but it's also good that the local is the lowest.
Just
And very close to the facility, so it's great.
I was going to ask the question, 4Imprint, I haven't heard tell of that, is that local or?
4Imprint is Ontario, mainland company, and several of our local companies, I think it was actually 5 were given an opportunity to bid, and the lowest was from that company. And I think probably, I know our director, I think the second lowest was probably $7,000 or $8,000 or $9,000 more. So it was a huge saving.
Yeah.
But everyone was given an opportunity to bid. I think it was 5 people were given an opportunity to bid.
Okay, thanks for the procurement update. We'll move on now to 6.7, 2026 fire school training. Fire chief and firefighter. Who's taking this one?
I can take it.
Go ahead.
This is the final one from me. The purpose of this one is for our information. It's for approved travel and training for the 26 fire school being held in Marystown for the fire chief and 1 firefighter, and that's between May 24th and 29th for trained and related emergency operations center management. And a little bit of a background, the attendance by the fire chief and the firefighter is an important investment in ongoing training and professional development. The opportunity enhances their firefighting skills, strengthens leadership capacity, and supports the fire department's ability to provide safe and effective emergency response services to the community. The cost associated with it is $2,708, and the funds have been budgeted and available from our training account, GL 6215-7100.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Kearley. So, that brings to an end Finance Administration, unless someone's got a question or comment about that one. Of course, That's approved by the CEO. Okay, so planning and development and protective services.
Alright, so the first one we got here is reconsideration of conditions for a Mad Rock development proposal. So we had already issued, I guess, a permit or a set of conditions for this development. And we've received some, I guess, concerns from that resident. And they were looking for, I guess, us to maintain the road year round. The road does meet all requirements to be maintained. And it would only be an additional, 0.37 of a kilometer to maintain. So below, I've got a recommendation there, and it's recommended council reconsider the request for town services in the Mad Rock development, and grant approval in principle for the proposed 3-unit detached development at Water Street East, subject to the following conditions. The developer submit a plot plan with all setbacks, including building line setback, side yard setback, and rear yard setback. The developer receives all required approvals from ServiceNL, so that's for septic system and water. The development complies with all town development regulations and municipal requirements. And all other approvals be obtained from the applicable provincial and regulatory agencies. And that the property shall not be eligible for municipal water and sewer. And 2 vacation rental homes must remain together if they're ever sold or change in ownership in the future to meet lot standards. Or they can be built, I guess, in one lot, but have to be required to, if they're ever split, that they would be in compliance if you would split them.
Thank you, Director Squires. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Deputy Mayor Curley, seconded by Councillor Petton. Do we have any questions or comments?
I think just that when it was said that like we're gonna be taking over maintenance of the road or the services, it's already a town road that we, I guess, partially maintain through a portion of the year. So we're just, because it's in a R2 zone with prior development, we're just gonna extend the services to full time for, snow clearing, garbage collection, obviously no water and sewer, because there's no water and sewer down there, so. That's it. Just note that it's already a road, it's not something we're taking over.
Anyone else? No?
That sums it up.
At the end of the day, it is a conforming road, so. Okay, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. Next, 6.9, approval in principle of municipal emergency plan review and update. Director Squires.
Alright, so this one, I'm not sure if everyone's got a chance to actually go through and have a read at the plan. I know, we had a meeting as staff and had some, spell checks done by some teachers in the room. And, so we kinda went through it all, and now we've got it on the agenda. So the next step, I guess, is I still need to contact some people with the, warming centers and all that kind of stuff, and get some agreements, but at this point, that's kinda, I'm not gonna say it's immaterial, but we have to send it into the province for an approval in principle. So those stations that these places gotta be at, warming centers and all that kind of stuff, we can kinda figure out those hiccups once we start meeting with the committee. But the rest of the plan itself, I'm looking for an approval in principle to submit that to government for them to correct any errors or suggestions. So, the recommendation is be it so resolved, council grant approval in principle for staff to proceed with a review and update of the municipal emergency plan, including the formation of a working committee and finalized plan to be brought back to council for formal adoption.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion?
So-
Councillor Franny, second by Councillor Badcock. Any questions or comments?
That's a well needed and very important update that has to be done.
And such a plan is always evolving and flexible, so even to give approval here at this stage to begin the process, even when finalized, we're always flexible.
100%.
Anyone else?
All the appendices are not listed here, is that just because they're not complete yet? I'm not seeing
Uh,
A10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12.
Those are being compiled now, so.
Actually, A12 is there twice, so that's probably just an error.
When we get the contact list and everything else,
Yeah,
that will be added back.
that's what I mean. The resource
We're just
groups,
doing some updating.
facilities, they're just not listed there because there's not, that list is not complete.
Yeah, and we're just trying to go through and get all the, cause on the old one, there was only select few restaurants. But we've got to go through and list what restaurants we have in within the town.
So I guess the other question I can ask, if okay, I know on the Auditor General's report, one of the things was about the emergency plans that municipalities already had. I know, and they said a very slight percentage of towns had anything at all. I know we had one, it might not have been up to date, but we did have one. I guess we were in that, had one but not up to date, approved by the minister stage.
Yeah.
So will this now put us into that? Because this one here looks like a template that's provided and we were able to fill in our own information, am I correct?
Yep, so most of, the information
Mhm.
is a template from government.
Yep.
So again, you got to, there's a lot of filling out. So compared to the original one that came out, that one's pretty vague.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of stuff you gotta put in there regarding what equipment we've got, all that kind of stuff. So when you actually go down through it and, read the blank one, there's a lot of information that we have to add ourselves.
Yeah. So, and I guess, like I said, what my question is that we will now have, once this is completed, we should have a compliant emergency action plan registered with the government and,
Yeah, so that's actually a requirement of government.
Yeah.
That you can see it on the first couple pages there, that when we send it, in order for us to send it in then, we need an approval in principle from council.
Yep.
So that'll all go to them and they'll sign off and it'll come back for editing or final approval.
well, it's good to see we're seeing more incidences where, you know, whether it's fire, floods, snowstorms, hurricanes, we're seeing more of it now, so it's good to have a template to go by.
Okay, if there's any other questions, hearing nothing, all those in favor? Motion carried. Next, we've got 6.10, subdivision development.
So this one is subdivision development on Greens Road. The surveys there is a little bit blurry, but, it actually goes in off of Greens Road Extension. So there's a developer that wants to develop those 6 lots and put a road in there, and you can see there's one that's got a black highlight there. That's lots already sold and accessed from Greens Road Extension. So those won't be included, they'll be backing onto the street. But again, the developer plans to, I reached out, and he is willing to do whatever our policy says. So we just need to form a subdivision policy, or agreement, sorry, and get that, signed up. And he'll be submitting his plans, of course, before that is fully signed. But we were just looking for permission to sign an agreement once he submits all of his engineering plans.
So is that, when you turn in Greens Road, it looks like that's where you make that 90 that takes you, like basically you're looking at the water, is that where it's to, along that, right on that corner?
Yeah, so when you go in.
When you go in Greens Road,
you go-
extension,
You go straight.
keep on going straight, so that's what I mean.
Makes that turn.
Where that turn is to, and you're looking at the water, that's right where it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we have a applicant coming on that a few years back, same area?
Yeah, the property actually is gonna be under different ownership. So it's gonna need to require a new application and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I guess we need a motion, and then we can open up the discussion. Do we have a motion? Councillor Beckoff, seconded by Councillor Franny. Now we'll entertain questions or comments.
Yeah, sorry about that, that's probably should have.
That's okay. We'll forgive you. Any questions or comments? I guess at this point, it's preliminary, because there is a subdivision policy that the developer will have to follow, and all conditions would have to be met, obviously. So, okay,
Yes, sir.
all those in favor? Motion carried. 6.11, subdivision agreement approvals. Director Squires again.
Yep, so, we've got two agreements there, under the report. So the first one is a new one. I guess it's not a new subdivision, but this person is extending, current street services to, I guess, his properties at the end of the street that's not developed. So they'll be responsible to develop, and put, I guess, all the existing, infrastructure that's there up to code and to the end of the road. The agreement is there if you want to read through it. It's pretty standard. And the second one there is we're, I guess, re-signing an agreement that was already signed, and it just has an update from when we changed to allow sidewalks to no sidewalks.
Because that one is a cul-de-sac, correct?
Yes.
Correct, yeah.
Do we need a motion for each of them, or we cover them on one?
I cover my one, just, I guess the motion is there to, scroll back. Be so resolved, council approve the two attached subdivision development agreements and authorize the CEO to execute the agreements on behalf of them.
Do we have a motion?
Yes, okay, I'm on.
Councillor Petton, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kearley. Any questions or comments on either of these? Hearing nothing. All those in favor? Motion carried. 6.12, excessive noise complaint. Director Squires.
Yep, so this one came in, there's a letter there attached. That one came in on May 5th. And myself and the MEO have been dealing with that one for a little bit of time. So if you want to read the letter, you can go ahead. But we have issued a final notice to the resident and advising if corrective action is not taken, then we'll be issuing an order. So that one is already working its way through the process. But it's-
Okay, so at this point, this is for information purposes only, correct?
Information, yep.
And if
Okay.
there's anything else needed, we may be coming back, I guess, the next meeting for motion for an order.
We don't need a motion to follow this, it's information only, okay. 6.13, Fire Department Activity Report.
I'll go over this one. Ross is here, but probably a little bit harder to go over on Zoom.
Councillor Petton?
Yeah. Well, do you want me to try it or what? I don't mind. Like, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, go ahead.
Okay. Report from Bay Roberts Fire Rescue, report to Town Council from Fire Chief Michael Murphy. Subject Department Activity Report, April 2026. Dear Mayor and Council members, I am pleased to present the following report outlining the activities and operations of the Bay Roberts Fire Rescue for April 2026. Emergency responses in April 2026, Bay Roberts Fire Rescue responded to a total of 17 emergency calls, broken down as follows. Total calls for the year to date is 87. Fire-related calls, 7 in total. Oven fire 1, garbage fires 2, brush fire 1, alarm call 1, smell of smoke 1, oil spill 1. Motor vehicle accidents 2, medical assist 7. The membership, Bay Roberts Fire Rescue currently has 31 active members. We continue to recruit and welcome new volunteers who are committed to serving the community. We are currently in the process of interviewing new members. Training and meetings. Our department remains strongly committed to training and operational excellence. In April, we completed 4 training nights. Total training nights year to date is 17. Total meetings year to date is 3. 16 members completed ground cover for structural firefighters. Upcoming training, we have
2 members attending fire school in Marystown at the end of May. On behalf of the department, I would like to thank the town council for your ongoing support and collaboration. Should you have any questions or require additional information, please don't hesitate to reach out. Sincerely, Michael Murphy, Fire Chief.
Thank
And
you.
also attached there too is the Bay Office Fire Rescue May training schedule. And they got the I can go from May the 4th to 26th. What have we got here? Forcible entry techniques, forcible entry techniques, sorry, which will consist of various tools being used. Some theory, mostly practical. All captains. All members are encouraged to take part at this in a common practice in the fire service. Smoke house weather dependent. May 11th, we have a smoke house. If weather permits, we will be going to smoke house for finally some outside practical training. This was well needed and is looking forward to spending some time outside. And then it goes on to say about it there, and also May 18th, Monday is an holiday, and for family and friends, and May the 25th, truck checks, department maintenance to be delegated by chiefs and officers. Thank you, that's my report.
Thank you, Councillor Petton. Okay. Unless there's questions or comments on that? Anyone? No? Okay, we'll move on to Public Works and Director Elms and Councillor Bowery.
Yes, I guess, Mr. Councillor Boring, I'll carry on, will I?
Yes, sir.
The first one, and I apologise because it's the Henny's Pond Road approval tender. We finally got our permits and everything's in place. And so now all we need is a council approval to tender. The pre-tender estimate, I was just going through because last week when I updated this before I went out, this was an older version of the pre-tender estimate, which was 377,000. The new pre-tender estimate is 402,000, HST included. And of course, we've already approved the consultant cost, which is 103. So we're just looking for approval now, be it so resolved that council approve consultants to place the tender ad with the total project cost estimated right now in the amount of $505,000, HST included. Once again, with the pre-tender estimate, we got a good price on Water Street Phase 2. The same prices are in Henny's Pond, so hopefully we get a good price, but that's the recommendations.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Sure.
Councillor Petcock, seconded by Councillor Bowery. Do you have any questions or comments?
Nice to see that one started.
Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor? Motion carried. Director Elms, 6.15.
This one is a capital expenditure for Shearstown Road, and it's approval required to pay invoice number 20367856 from WSP E&I Canada Limited for Shearstown Road Phase 1. So we got this invoice from status report number 21, and it's for work completed up to March 31st, 2026, and the amount invoiced is $46,060.66, HST included. As you know, the remaining funds are covered 100% by the town. So the recommendation is be it resolved that council approve the expenditure from WSP E&I Canada for works related to the Shearstown Road Phase 1 project number 17 RNC 23-00011 as part of invoice 20367856 in the amount of $46,060.66, HST included, and funds have been allocated to the capital grants project account number 2138-0000.
Do we have a motion? Councillor Deering, second by Councillor Franny. Any questions or comments on that one? Hearing nothing, all those in favor? Motion carried. 6.16,
So this one, your worship, is another capital expenditure related to Shearstown Road Phase 1. I do have a change in the amount that we're gonna be paying, and it's actually gonna be less. Based on, as you can read in the report there, there's invoice 20258147 is part of status report number 20. And it's the amount invoiced is $112,884, HST included. However, during an audit, it was determined that the town paid an initial invoice, part as progress claim number 2, an overcost of $63,561.71, HST included. So that needed to be credited to us, and in our conversations, we were trying to get a new invoice, but their accountant said that they didn't need any new invoice and we could credit it. So it was further found out that our Sodus Road intersection project, they overcharged us again on an invoice by $10,000, $810.63, HST included. So that we're going to add that on to the 63,000. So the total payment now due to Black Diamond Construction for clean number 8 is actually $38,518.66. So that's your $112,884. Subtract your total credits to $74,365.34. So the new recommendation would be resolved that council approve the capital expenditures payable to Black Diamond Construction for work completed under Shearstown Road Phase 1, project number RNC 23-00011, as outlined in claim number 8, invoice number 20258147, less the overpayments referenced above. So the total payment in the amount of $38,518.66, HST included, and funding for this expenditure has been allocated within the capital grants project account number 21380000.
okay, do we have a motion?
Make that.
Councillor Badcock, second by Councillor Patton. Are there any questions or comments?
A question.
Councillor Franny?
The audit of the project, I got this, I don't ever remember being told that there was an audit of a project, and especially that we had a credit. Is that fairly new? Or is it just that
That's,
we just found a credit this time?
that's something that's just me being me. Just believe in checking all the bills, checking all the invoices, and in fairness to our former administration and council, we never had a financial procurement person that could work full-time on that, so that's why we hired her, and certainly worth her wage for sure. She does a good job with it, she works with our directors, and she analyzes everything.
Let's make sure, big and small, that we're auditing all of our projects.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
here.
when numbers don't add up, she's really good, as the CEO says, and like you said, we knew something was off and we were able to locate it.
And just for your benefit, every single letter or every single thing that come in that's related to money or funding goes directly to our finance person. So she control, which is a great help for our directors and everything else. So
Huge asset.
when we do Seafood Festival in 2 weeks, the feast, all that money and invoices runs through the same finance person and all done up. So it's a great setup they got, and it's certainly a big hand to Ron, Eddie, and all the directors, because one time they used to have to do it, so.
So does that conclude now, Shearstown?
So Shearstown right now.
Shearstown Road, I guess?
Yeah, the only remaining thing would be holdback, and just waiting for the consultant now to give the holdback. But like I said, we would have received, that already budgeted for, so we are under budget by. We're not under budget, but we're under what we estimated the cost would be.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Right.
any holdback, however, still won't be released until, there's still a section of curb and sidewalk to be finished, correct?
So no, that's the Shearstown intersection, they're working on that
Two different
now.
projects, you're right,
Yeah.
okay.
So this one here is completed, they got all their documents in, but until the consultants, even though we've got the issue, we've got an invoice from the contractor already, but until the consultant gives it to me, we don't pay it, right?
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? All those in favor? Motion carried. 6.17, Director Allen, standing officers.
Yeah, so
Standing
this,
offers.
just update council on the standing offers that were received. We did, this is our second year doing it. I thought last year was a good success. We put it out again this year. We had 2 vendors and they supplied, or submitted multiple bids. I got the listing there. They submitted bids on everything except for concrete. So we never had any bids for concrete. So you'll see that in red, the lowest bidder. And so you also see a little comparison there from last year, so you'll notice that the prices are a little bit higher, a lot higher in some cases, and in 1 or 2 maybe a little lower. But so just now looking for council's resolution now for be it resolved that council accept the results of the 26 standing offers from May 1st to April 30th, so we can get those agreements signed and good to go.
Do we have a motion? Deputy Mayor Kearley, seconded by Councillor Bowery. Are there any questions or comments?
We will add, your worship, the actual prices and the companies that bid on them in the recommendation, so it'll be in the minutes for anyone to check.
A couple of them are
Thank you.
lower, actually.
Okay, if there's nothing further, all those in favour? Motion carried. 6.18, 21 Conception Bay Highway.
So this, your worship, just update council on some correspondence that received about this property regarding the basement flooding during a recent rainfall event. So the rainfall event happened on March 26th, 27th, when we received a call that their basement was flooded. And during the, well, it was after the incident, after the flood occurred, we identified that there was a 6-inch pipe located near the corner of our basement that flowed out to the corner of the Conception Bay Highway and Henry Pond Road. When we did an inspection, we did notice that that pipe was damaged, you know, but I still don't know if that was the total cause of the problem and who created that damage, right? Based on the inspection that we did, myself and our superintendent was out there, there was multiple sump pumps from the house. When I drove down the road, I thought we had a water leak. I have videos of it showing the water coming up through the side of the road. When I had staff there to dig it out, her sump pumps were connected to the pipes, not the pipes on the ground, nor the 6-inch pipe, but this pipe that was coming out to the side of the road just ended abruptly underneath about 8 inches of gravel on the side of the road. So that pipe was completely blocked, but our sump pumps were coming. The other thing, there was also 2 sump pumps tied out to the back of our lawn, so the sump pumps were pumping directly water onto the saturated lawn in our rear of our property. So talking to multiple people and other residents, other municipalities, you know, the 6-inch pipe was damaged, and we acknowledged it when we dug down. But no, the staff never came across the damaged pipe, and even the workers, in our email or letter, it states that the contractors there damaged the pipe. There's no one worked where the damage occurred, you know, because they were informed that we are going to upgrade Ennis Pond Road, and that 6-inch, she mentioned this pipe going across, and we'll make sure that that's connected to the catch basin. But that was never included in it, and I never included the new liability of nuisance from the Towns and Local Surface Districts Act, which is section number 294, which is towns are no longer liable for rainwater, excessive rain events. So if anyone gets flooding from an excessive rain event, towns are no longer liable. So based on all these findings, I do not believe the town is responsible for the damages outlined in the claim, and I would encourage them to contact their insurance company. And my recommendation would be that council deny responsibility for the damages claimed in relation to the basement flooding at 21 Conception Bay Highway and inform the property owner accordingly. I would further recommend that council advise residents to contact their insurance company.
Thank you, Director Elms. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Councillor Franny, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kearley. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing nothing. All those in favour? Motion carried. 619, tender.
It's a good one.
Yeah, this is the best one of the day. So we finally got the letter in yesterday, and basically we're just looking for council approval to award the Water Street Phase 2 project tender. As you can see, Bay Roberts received funding in the amount of $1.9 million, HST included. We previously awarded the consulting services to WSP E&I Canada for $224,000, HST included. And recently, WSP has recommended the acceptance of the tender submitted by Cougar Engineering and Construction Limited in the amount of $1.759,500,000, HST included. As per government, council is now required to complete the following steps. We need to notify Cougar Engineering and Construction in writing that the town intends to enter into agreement, contract, for the work as tendered, copy the regional engineer responsible for the project, and this will trigger the notification of award and works. I just added that in for you guys. We need to contact WSP E&I Canada to arrange for contract document signings. This has to be done within 14 days of our notice. And then we need to forward copies of the signed contract documents to the regional engineer and project representative. And just a side note, that payments cannot be processed until all the contract documents is received by municipal infrastructure. The following recommendation is required to continue. Be it resolved that council approve WSP E&I Canada Limited recommendation to award the Water Street Phase 2 project, number 17 NYCW 24-00045, to Cougar Engineering and Construction Limited in the amount of $1,759,500, HST included. And furthermore, council will write a letter to Cougar stating that the town's intent on entering into a contract for the work as tendered, and contact WSP E&I Canada to arrange for contract document signings, and then forward all copies of the signed contract documents to the regional engineer and project representatives.
Well, okay, that's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Yes.
Councillor Franny, second by Councillor Betcock. Are there any questions or comments from anyone, other than the fact that this is finally good news? We've been waiting a while to get this tendered and get approvals and get it tendered, so it's good news.
Good crew too.
Yep, and hopefully now this will move forward fairly quickly, and we'll get that section of Water Street finished. Okay, that being said, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carried. And that brings us to Tourism and Economic Development. Director Delaney.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll be a lot more brief than Director Elms, respectively, of course. And just basically, the purpose is to update council activities with the Department of Tourism, Economic Development, Community Enhancement, as well as Special Events Committee. Basically, I wanted to inform you that our summer student hiring for Tourism Department has finished. We had our interviews on May 5th, and we have 8 students that will start. Some of them will start on the weekends in June, but they will all start for 7 weeks starting in July. Just an update with regards to Long Beach. Back numerous months ago, we sent in an application to Crown Lands requesting a license to occupy for the access to Long Beach Coley's Point. Just an update with regards to that. They have responded to me on May 6th, and they require an additional document to be signed, and then at that point a fee to be paid to the King's printer to have the request gazetted, and then the document will be filed tomorrow. As well, you'll see attached here just basically a brief report with regards to the festival, Bay Roberts, the Sonic Stage and Seafood Festival, as well as a combination guide, which looks like that didn't make it here, and I'll forward that on to you. That's a new combination guide that Director, Manager Welsh and myself have been working on. If you want to take just a couple seconds to take a look at the Seafood Festival update, you can see that our ticket sales are quite strong, a lot stronger than last year actually, and I think that's through aggressive marketing and direct targeted marketing. as well as probably that people had a good time last year and they like what we're gonna be doing this year. If you have any questions regarding that, I'm certainly open if you have any questions.
And I think we sell a lot of tickets at the last minute too, don't we, Rob? Usually people come forward.
Especially for the Fish Cake Championships, Thursday and Friday night are sold out. And Land and Sea Evening, which last year we had about 181 tickets, this year we're over 275 tickets. We're heading into 300, which is the sellout number for Saturday evening. We did release tickets for people who just want to come to the concert at 10 o'clock, and that's, you know, about 2.5, 3 hour night listening to the Masterless Men. So it's a nice evening if you didn't want to come for the food portion.
Okay, any other questions to the director?
Just looking at the total reach through Facebook and Instagram, some great numbers there.
It's some fantastic numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's after growing since then. I mean, I'm sure, you know, certainly, I mean, this weekend at the Down Home Expo certainly helped us out. We sold a nice number of tickets in there, and people were very interested and engaged with regards to the festival. And it's the first year that we could ever do payment on point. We sold tickets actually there, Luke developed a QR code that people could just scan and went direct for purchase. So it made it convenient for those people, and also then they didn't get to go and ponder if you needed them or not, but bam.
People love shopping electronically.
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Just a question, round back on the Long Beach, how long will that process take now, that gazetted, what's
The
involved?
Gazette, basically that goes in that for a month, so that's basically like discretionary use, I guess, that if anybody opposes it, that's their opportunity to say something.
So it's for a month?
So, yeah.
That might get started.
Okay, well, we're making headway on that, that's a positive thing.
Yep.
Okay, anything else for Director Glenn? No? Okay, we'll hand it over now to Director Russell for Recreation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is just an update, council on events and happenings with the Recreation Department. Light the Lamp 8.0, as mentioned earlier in the procurement report, those 3 RFQs were done and awarded. 280 teams registered for Light the Lamp this year. Our food vendors, that's closed, and we have 13 participating. And our sponsorships are still coming in, so that's still ongoing for the next little while.
Oh, so that seems up from last year, the vendors.
Yes, we have a couple of 2 or 3 more. Yeah, we had some different types of offerings that we took on. So, Bay Arena dates. We're in the busy season, so the minor hockey banquet is rattled over it. We're now setting up for sound stages and seafood festival, and as you can see, all those other things are happening from now to the end of July, and then turn around to put the ice back on at the end of August. So
The ball hockey tournament, Director Russell, there, is that just?
that's a memorial.
That's a
someone
new,
uses
someone,
the
yeah,
stadium. Yeah. This will be the second.
It's not
year.
ours, is what I
No,
mean.
not ours, not a town. Summer camp 2026, 8-week camp. We did get the Canada Summer Grants job approved in that amount of $43,435. So we currently started yesterday interviewing for our coordinator, lead coordinators, counselor, and student maintenance position. So that'll be happening all week, as well as the pool interviews for manager, lifeguards, head lifeguard, and instructors. So that's all happening this week and early next week, with the projected opening date for the pool on June 8th. As mentioned, the awarded grants, we have that summer jobs grant. We did get a jumpstart application grant awarded in 21-23, and a multiculturalism grant of 1,500, as was previously announced. So just a shout out to Mr. Over, our program and events coordinator, for applying and securing all those grants. And we are still waiting on a provincial summer jobs application we have sent in. So just I guess be it resolved that council accept the report as presented. Then we'll move on to, this is the update on so some great news. the sports tourism infrastructure project that we started applying for probably back before Christmas, got the official paperwork going. So it's a joint project for replacement of the showcase court at the Wilbur Sparks complex. So just a few days ago, we got our final approval, and this is it's between ACOA, federal contribution of approximately $90,000, provincial contribution from the Department of Jobs, Growth and Rural Development of approximately $35,000. The town contribution would be approximately $39,000, with only $13,000 in monetary commitment, and the in-kind between the Public Works and Recreation Departments, their in-kind work being done there. So this is a recommendation we need put through to continue forward with this. So be it resolved that council, number one, formally accept the funding agreement, which is in the attachments further down. Number two, authorize the mayor to sign the agreement on behalf of the town and town council. And number three, approve the town's monetary contribution of $13,841, together with the associated in-kind contribution of $25,050 required to fulfill the town's cost-sharing commitment.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Councillor Bedcott, seconded by Councillor Deering. Are there any questions or comments? Certainly this is a good news event.
Yes, 165,000 for a new well, next year, we'll have it for next year, I'm guessing.
Yes, yeah, just an
Obviously.
update, we had put the project through the application with hopes that it would be here for this year, but the rink boards alone take minimum of 3 months, so this will be something that after the season, we probably get the groundwork by Public Works done, and then in the spring, start the concrete pad and construction.
I guess unfortunate part, I guess, and it's worth it, short-term pain is that after like the lamp, I guess the rink will kind of be out of use. This is going to be.
Well, depends on, we'll probably wait till the fall to do
Oh, okay.
the demolition of what's currently
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Director Elms estimated a couple of days.
Okay.
Because
It's
it's
not
just
bad.
being trucked away.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, good.
groundwork, concrete pad in the spring, construct the boards, and should be good to,
Excellent.
should be good to have an opening ceremonies with all officials invited for next.
And is,
I was asked by somebody in the week, and what's happening in Bay Roberts this summer, when I consider tourism and recreation reports here. A lot of great things. I hit some treetops, I didn't hit it all, so. It's,
I think
it's great work.
sort of flooring with the cement, are we gonna go ahead with some underground piping so we can flood it for skating in the winter?
I guess that's something that we would have to, that wasn't something that was in
Yeah.
this, because it was all centered around the Light the Lamp for the
Yeah.
sports tournament infrastructure, so it's something that we can, certainly. I know in the early stages of this process, I spoke to Old Perlican, who just in the last number of years constructed, and they had the boards from the old SW Moore Stadium. So they currently have an outdoor rink, they even have a Zamboni down there that they got somewhere. And they don't have any piping or anything, they just have put on top of just like basically what we do at the stadium. You seal the boards, you fill her up with water and freezer, so we can start with that, or we can.
It just needs the weather.
Just need the weather, so.
Okay, well, like I said, it's definitely a good news event.
Yeah.
It'll be a valuable piece of infrastructure going forward for the town as Light the Lamp continues on its amazing journey of sold out events year after year.
Can't believe it's 8 years.
8 years, yep. Well, okay, all those in favor? Motion carried. Now we're into correspondence for information, so I guess I can run through these. The first one is correspondence from the Honourable Minister for Department of Tourism, Culture, Arts and Recreation, the Honourable Andrea Barber, which is in the announcement that they've continued, or the provincial government is providing us with a $10,000 grant towards the costs associated with our annual seafood festival, so that's certainly good news. Secondly, we've got a letter of appreciation from the U11 Rep 2 Rovers team for the support they received from the town and surrounding communities when they hosted the U11 All Newfoundland Provincial Tournament in April, during Easter week from April 9th to 11th, 2026. So it's always nice to hear good things. They couldn't say enough good about staff and arena managers and recreation department for the work they did in making sure that the rink was prepared and ready for them to participate. And of course, there's all kinds of testimonials there from the various teams. I can read a couple. Fogo Hawks, thank you, Angela, and the rest of the Rovers for an incredible weekend. It was a great ending for the hockey season. Stephenville Jets, thank you to the Rovers for our wonderful hospitality. We had a fantastic weekend. Both parents and children, everyone, everywhere we went in your community had been so inviting. So just as a sample of some of the comments that came back from that tournament. And it's always good to hear always great to hear good things. Finally, Access Bay North Joint Council, I'd like to speak to that one. I guess also in the capacity as chair of CBN Joint Council. This is for information purposes for the town, and of course is relevant to this town. CBN Joint Council has written to the provincial government, the Premier, lobbying the provincial government to create some type of funding arrangement for communities around the island, not just CBN, that operate recreation facilities that are regional in nature. The Bay Arena, for example, operated by the town of Bay Harbor, serves 11, 12 communities. The Harbour Gate Stadium is in the same situation. The pool in Carbonear is in the same situation.
Sparks, we get the soccer field there.
So, yeah, this is a request. We'll see if this gets a response through joint council, and we'll certainly keep the town updated on these lobbying efforts by CBN Joint Council. Hopefully, government listens and provides a pot of money for towns that are in this boat, operating these facilities from multiple towns, but receiving no support in doing so. So that's it, unless someone's got a question on any of those. This is for the correspondence for information. There's no questions. We'll move on to councillors' concerns. Councillor Baring.
Yeah, well, that one that was sent to me, that I sent on, is pretty self-explanatory. You can see the mess. I don't know how we've been putting up with that for years. I guess the noise complaint, we can pass that one on to the RCMP about the burnouts. But the garbage, I don't know what, I wouldn't know where to turn. That's what was sent there for any ideas.
Where is this located?
This goes over against, so when you're topping the hill coming down George Mercer Drive, and the mall's on your left.
Yes.
That fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a common problem there every year because everything blows off to the parking lots from the mall and everywhere else, and that's where it ends up down there. I know.
Yep.
I think around in the past, your staff has been.
We do it twice a year.
You do it a couple times a year, so I'm sure now that staff gets back on, they'll be addressing that. But yeah, that's a problem every year, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
That area around, in terms of the staff, in terms of cleaning, or sort of try to blitz Bay Roberts.
We take first like the main areas, your Pickett's Road, there's specific areas historically, there's a lot of dumping. And that's what we take care of first, and then we try to get the other.
I think the receding of winter exposes all the garbage that's blown into the snowbanks throughout the whole year. Because I had somebody the weekend have the same complaint that Perry got here in the email. Like, if we can blitz it, but it sounds like we will be doing some level of blitzing.
We actually.
Perry's referencing. I walk by quite often walking. It's brutal.
I've had meetings with Eastern Regional Service Board, and actually what they've developed now, which I've sent to Director Delaney and Russell, that they give you like a couple of 100 garbage bags, gloves, and you can organise community cleanups, like after the winter for doing those stuff. And what they'll do if they won't accept bins like say premium waste, But if anyone go on a pick-up and you do a group thing and you pick up garbage and garbage bags in certain areas, so you blitz them, they'll take it for free.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So I've sent that to the directors. They probably haven't read it yet because I only just sent it late this evening. But it is a program that runs all year long. It provides the bags, they'll set you up, they'll have you looked after. Bay Rockers doing a clean up. You go down and they'll have a specific spot for you to dump your stuff. So a lot of communities do it this time of year because of the same reason.
And let's not forget, the root of the problem, and I just want to say it, is the dirt bags that goes out to these, wherever they're going, to the stores, the restaurants, they're getting something to eat, and they're flicking it out the window. You got garbage home, you got garbage at those vendors. There's not, as Dad used to say when we went in the woods, it weighed more when you carried it in than when you're carrying it back out.
Listen, I walk across the Klondike and the people of the coffee and McDonald's will be placed on the curb 5 feet from the garbage receptacle.
Councillor Barry?
Yeah, I don't know, the way he's saying it there is every day, but one thing that I do notice that's not up there, there's no garbage receptacles on the mall lot in that area. I don't know if a couple of them would help, and I don't know if it, except for, you know, the burnouts and whatever, if we took part of this letter and send it to the 3 or 4 businesses that's around. I know that the boys up to the mall, I say boys because I've only seen fellas working there, every day, probably a couple times a day, they're picking up garbage.
Probably ask the RCMP to.
With the burnouts, but I don't know if they could send their fellas,
We can forward our concerns to the RCMP,
yeah,
which they encourage us to do, by the way,
Yeah.
about the speeding and things there. And there's also not a bad idea to follow up with some correspondence from the town to those businesses about putting some garbage receptacles
Yep.
potentially in the area. Now, whether or not that works, because people have a nasty habit of just dropping it and, like you said, Deputy Mayor Kearley, laying a coffee cup down 5 feet from a garbage can. Common practice, unfortunately. So those are a couple of things we can do, and certainly we'll encourage CEO to send out those correspondence.
Yeah, and when the wind's blowing west, the arena gets it.
Yep.
Yes, right.
It gets really bad there, so.
Okay, just one other thing, I'm not sure of this one. Councillor Becca, did we already address this, or do you want this here again?
No,
We had
we'll,
that done.
we'll go through it again because last week we were offline. So just, I mean, we've all discussed it before, but I've had some residents, I can't say we, but I've had some residents ask these questions and I want to read them. In regard to fire prevention, have the town of Bay Roberts discussed fire bans? And if you want to answer or discuss or.
There's a policy in place.
Yeah, which, when I wrote this for concerned residents, the director was working at that at the same time.
I think we voted on one here this evening too, did we, Director
Yeah.
Morris?
Yeah.
Man, we always did have that policy
Yeah.
of following the Forest Fire Index for bands was always in place for the last few years.
Speaking of that, what is our index now as we speak?
I think
Low.
right now it's a
Still
low.
low.
Yeah.
Low, as of today, when I come through, there was low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, following up, again, these were questions that were asked to me. What are we doing about fire prevention? And I'll just flick down through them. Awareness, preparation, fines, etc. So people are afraid because of what happened last year. And the folks that I talked to, of course, with the recent fire, which now is a couple of weeks old, in Portagrave. So people are afraid, but we need to let them know as council that the town of Bay Roberts is second to none when it comes to the fire service.
So
And we've done all the necessary preparation.
I guess the response to this resident and anyone else who inquires is that the town is serious about it, and we've taken a
Very serious.
proactive approach. We've updated our policy regarding these activities. So we're being proactive, and if something happens, they need to be sure that Barrett's Fire and Rescue has done everything possible in terms of training and equipment. Everything that they can possibly, or we could possibly provide to them, they've got, and if something comes up, they'll be ready to respond to it. But we need to keep in mind that we have to encourage residents that no matter what we do, what we plan, what we prepare for, ultimately residents, everyone in the community has a role to play in this.
Yeah, exactly. Well
And
said.
you need to be careful and respectful of your community and your neighbors when you light fires. And at the end of the day, we all have to take responsibility for it.
Yep. I was gonna say that's the biggest thing is cooperation from our residents, because if we don't have to put it out, that's the best case scenario.
Right.
Yep.
Don't have it start.
Keep in
That,
mind, go ahead.
that garbage and stuff don't help either.
No.
You had glass or something under some of that stuff that's dried out, that's like gas.
The province too have put forward tremendous funding for fire prevention all across the province, so.
Okay, if there's no other comments, then that concludes the agenda. I know everyone is anxious to go home and cheer for the only Canadian team left in the NHL playoffs,
Rally around the flag.
Montreal Canadiens, so hopefully they'll have some success tonight and we'll all show our support.
And them new hookers doing marvelous.
And our own, yeah, that's a good point, Councillor Barron, because Alex Newhook is doing quite well, and of course, he's got Bay Roberts roots.
And
This is,
Correct?
grandfather, isn't it?
His grandfather, I think, the chamber is named after his grandfather.
and Dawson also got added to Team Canada for the World Championships.
Awesome Mercer going to have the Team Canada World
Newfoundland
Champion.
is well
So,
represented.
great things happening in the hockey world.
Motion to adjourn, go Habs go.
Do we have a seconder for that motion? Deputy Mayor Carey, all those in favor of the motion?
Go, I never thought I'd vote for that.
Yeah.